Get ready with me while I talk about what it was like being homeschooled my entire life. I've been homeschooled since the very beginning, since my first ever day of school. It's been at home. At the very start, it was probably exactly what you imagine homeschooling is. It was just me and my little brother sitting at the table with our little multiplication table placemat, doing our math, doing our English. Despite popular opinion though, that went everywhere. We actually did have a lot of friends our entire life. When I was, I think, 3 or 4 years old, we joined a homeschool group, which if you don't know is like a bunch of homeschoolers that meet up in one place a few times a week. Basically like a school for homeschoolers. With that group, we did field trips, we played at the park, and we made tons of friends. We made some friends that I've been friends with my entire life. School-wise, I was constantly learning, and I was never lacking in any information. My mom actually made sure I did all my work. In addition to that homeschool group, as I got older, I was able to take keyboard classes, I got to join a choir, I got to learn sign language, and overall, I always had friends to talk to. Being homeschooled never felt like isolation to me, it felt like freedom. Because while the public schoolers got to hang out at school, my friends and I got to hang out wherever we wanted to while still getting our school done throughout the week. I never had to worry about missing a school day for doctor's appointments or anything like that. I always felt super content in being homeschooled. When I got older, I switched from my old homeschool group to another one called CC. You've probably heard of it if you're any bit familiar with homeschooling. This program expanded my learning so much. I got to have a class of friends that met up one day a week, and while we do the rest of our school at home, hence being homeschoolers, these were like lifetime friends. I'm still friends with most of the people I met there. Even from the very first semester, I'm still texting somebody right now from my first semester of CC. In addition to this program, there's also like an area-wide homeschool group. Not gonna say the name, but this homeschool group allowed us to have prom and all kinds of different events. There was never once a time where I felt left out of a homecoming or a prom because this group provided all those things for us. In these kind of groups, there was not as much pressure on people to become something else. Everybody pretty much got to be themselves. And I know a lot of people think the homeschoolers are weird, and let me just say, yeah, of course there's gonna be weird kids, but there's weird kids everywhere. So, you know. And by weird, I don't mean different. By weird, I mean people who are saying nasty things that you don't want to hear. Through homeschooling, I had the opportunity to do debate, choir, music, sign language, prom, homecoming, field trips, and have tons of friends all at one time. And I also had opportunities to date in high school and talk to people in middle school, you know. Homeschooling never kept me from living a normal life. It gave me more freedom to be who I wanted to be. That's my experience with homeschooling.